Hello and welcome to another video in our multiplayer course. In this video we'll continue making our tank and we will continue on making the damage models now we'll make the behavior of these models when they are hit, so that when the engine is hit the tank will not be able to move, and if the gun breech is hit it will not be able to shoot, and if the ammo rack is hit it will be destroyed immediately. So before we start with making the code, we need first to make physical material, because I will assign physical material for each of these hitboxes. I will make physical material for engine, for gun breech, and for ammo rack, so that I can I can do specific things for every one of these hitboxes. So let's start by making our physical material. Let's go to the tank game. Let's make a new folder here. Call it physical material. Here let's look for physics and select physical material. Also select the physical material here, and let's call it PM underscore engine. And duplicate this one. Now let's make the ammo rack. Also duplicate this one. Now the gun breech. Now let's go to the project settings to make the physical material. Project settings. Look for physics and scroll down. Here for the surface type we type the names of the hitboxes that we made already. So engine and ammo rack, and here gun breech. Now close this window and go back to our physical material. Here for the ammo rack, open it, and for the surface type here change it to ammo rack. Close this one. Also for the engine the same, look for the engine, and for the gun breech also change the surface type to gun breech. Now let's go back to the tank, and here select our hitboxes, and here the ammo rack. We look here for the physical material override, look for the ammo rack, and here for the gun breech also look for the gun breech, and here for the engine also look for the engine. Now that we assigned the physical material for the hitboxes, now let's go back to the code where the hitboxes are hit. Let me just fix this. I like to make things organized. Now let's go back here to the server post penetration line trace. Here let's delete this one and go for the physmat. Look for surface type, and here switch on physical material. Here we have the three physical materials that we already made, so we can specify a reaction to each one of these. So for the engine, like I said, first we need to make the tank stop or stop the input from being received so that the tank will not be able to move, and also start a fire in the engine deck, and we will time this the inability to move and the fire with a timer, and after the time is finished, the fire will be stopped and the tank will be able to move. So we need to make a new boolean, call it can move or can drive. Let's call it can drive better. And for the names of the variables, we can make any name you want. It is the names are only for your ability to recognize this variable and to know what they are meant to do. Now for the can drive, the default value is true, and also it should be replicated. Now let's set it here on the engine, set it to false, and let's go back to the event graph, to the controls of the tank, where we made the controls for the movement, for the throttle, and for the turn. This throttle. Let's make some room here. Let's get the first. Let me transfer it to the category of the tank. Now let's get the variable and make a branch. And if it can drive, it should, if it is true, it should be able to drive. Also, let me go to the replication graph and make a custom event here. Let's call it server set can drive. Let's make it run on server and reliable. And let's get set the can drive boolean here. Connect the variable to the custom event to add the variable. Now let's comment on it. Server set can drive. Now let's call this event in the on begin play here at the end. I like to call this on begin play to make sure they are set correctly, and this is also to prevent cheating. Server set can drive. Set it to true. Now let's add the fire particle to the tank. I will attach the particle to the engine module here. Let's look for Niagara particle system. I attached it to the engine because it's we already set the place of the engine module, so it won't be hard to locate the position. It will be easier, but I also will move it a little bit like this and a little bit higher and backward. Now let's choose the Niagara system. I'll choose the fire, so I will look for it. Look for this M5 VFX volume 2. Go to the Niagara and the fire. I will choose the fire 1 because it looks nice. It has some dark smoke. You can choose any other one, but I will choose this one. I like it better. Now here, let's press on this arrow. Well, it looks good on the tank. And at first we set it to be this auto activate, make it false, and activate the variable, sorry, the particle system here after a hit, and when the boolean is set to false. Let's get this, let's call it engine fire, change its name, engine fire. Get it here and set it to activate. Set or activate, or set active, set active. Set active. And now let's make a custom event here. Let's call it start, or it should run on server start repair timer. Should be run on server and reliable. Here on start repair timer, set timer by event, and we'll set the time. I'll promote it to a variable, and well, it's better to make it go through the server custom event, and it should not be looping. And let's make another custom event here, call it repair tank. Now after after a certain time that we specify, for me I will make the time, first let's make it replicated, second let's transfer it to tank properties category. You can make more categories, but I like to put all my variables in one place. And the timer, I will put it like maybe 5 seconds. First let's make a print string, let's call it repaired, so that we will know it is repaired or not, for testing only. And then let's get the can drive boolean here, or let's get the server event that we already made, server set can drive, we will set it to true. Here I didn't use the server can drive because the event is already run on server. Here also we can use the the variable, but I think better to use the variable because we are already on the server. Can drive. Now let's comment on this and call it server start repair timer. Now let's go back to the let's go up here, and also need to deactivate the fire, so duplicate the set active and change it here to false. Here let's call the server start timer, and the time will be this time that we already specified, the variable. Now after penetration, the line trace will be made, and then after hitting one of these modules, it will first, now for the engine, it will make the tank unable to move. Then it will start the fire, and it will start the timer, which will reset the boolean and the fire system to false, and reset them to their beginning state, so that the tank then can move again. Now let's test. First here I will shoot the server tank. I hit the engine, now fire started. Now I cannot move. Well, I was able to move. Let's try again. Now I cannot move. Well, it is moving. Let's see what's the problem. Let's see if we it can drive. Okay, we didn't add it to the turn. Secondly, I will increase the time, make it 10 seconds to have time to test. Also, let me look at again. Now after it is hit, it should be false. Let's see. I'll shoot it. Well, maybe it didn't have penetration. Now shoot again. Let me go back and shoot from better place. Now here we should hit the engine. Now the engine is hit. Now I cannot move or turn. Let me try to shoot the other. Now the tank is repaired. No, we can move. Now let me use the client to hit another client here. Let me go behind it and shoot it. It's also important to test on the host and on the clients. We shoot it. Well, we forgot to replicate the component, this one. Now you see the tank couldn't move, but the fire, we could not see the fire, so the component should be replicated. Now let's try again. Let's use now the client. I'll shoot this one. Well, they didn't shoot good. Well, well, it was hit again. Let me also use the server to look at it. Well, sorry. Now let me shoot it again. Well, the server can see the fire. Well, or we should use a multicast because we are here on the server. We should use a multicast for the system. Now let's make the multicast engine fire custom event multicast engine fire multicast and reliable. Now let's move this here and connect the new active to the custom event, and let's comment here multicasts engine fire. Here let's call the multicasts. Now you saw that the particle system does not work on server, does not work when you call them on server only, because they will only spawn on the server. So you need to spawn them on all the clients by using the multicast. This is, like we say, a live lesson. And also I forgot to make the multicast. Now let's call the multicast here multicast engine fire. It should be false. Now let's test. And you saw the importance of testing between the clients, because sometimes the server, most of the time the server sees everything even if it is not replicated, but for the clients it's a different story. Now let me show the other client here. You see fire starts and we can see it on the other client, and we can go to move. Now after it is repaired we can move the tank, and let me shoot the server. Well, we all can see the particle effects here. I think this is enough for this video, and we will continue the next video by making the gun breech and the ammo rack. For the ammo rack, it will make the tank explode, and also we forgot to make a particle effect for the tank explosion, so we'll add this in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.